Ah, even my son's disappeared. Oh my, it's enough to make me cry, you know. He was trying his best for me, and yet he was totally useless, you know? You're a truly despicable person. As the chairman of the PIC and as a father, even I feel sorry for that foolish prosecutor. Poor Mr. Prosecutor. Balze Debeste, you, just what do you think of your own son? He's just a useless pawn, you see. Whoa, now maybe you should look in the mirror before you criticize me, you know? I mean, even you. You also used Sebastian to get close to me, didn't you? I cannot deny that. However, he is not a mere pawn. He always tries to do his very best, even if the results aren't up to par. Courtney actually caught feels for him. This is really cute, actually. Think about it, fam. Think about it. Basically, she saw this nepotism baby and was thinking that, like, he was just a pile of shit, right? And she had to, like, get close to him. But she actually fucking noticed that, like, he actually tries his best. He actually tries to do what he needs to do. And that's why she helps him. That shit's wonderful. And that's why, like, you should introduce characters with pre-established, like, history already. It's so good. Oh, I love it. I've seen just how hard he tries. And yet you refuse to even acknowledge it.
Objection.
That kid is no good, you see, no matter what he does or is told to do. Prosecutor Edgeworth, I shall leave this offering to the goddess of law. To you. Deliver her divine judgment against Balze Debeste. Yes, that was my intention from the very beginning. There was a burn mark on the conductor's face. And Balze Debeste must be hiding it. What was he wearing during the auction? That is the key to revealing the truth. Well then, allow me to hear your answer. Please show the evidence that proves the culprit had a burn mark on his face. It proves he has a burn mark on his face? I imagine it'd be this, right? The wavy wing was left unused. It doesn't say it disappeared, so I want to say it's that. But is there anything else? Proves the culprit had a burn mark on his face. Just straight up on his face. It would technically be this again? I guess not? E-card. Victim. Warned by the participants of the auction. Why would we present this again? That's the thing that confuses me. Proved he had a burn mark on their face. Because both of these things that have the mention of burn are here. We've already presented them. We should, technically speaking, we should not have to present them again. But there is this, which does have that statement. And I just don't see anything else really working towards it. So I'm gonna just
Take that.
yes. BB. If you recall Miss Jetson's testimony, there's still one point that remains unexplained. Two types of wigs have been prepared, one of which was left unused. Do you mean the wavy wig? What are you talking about? It was something Miss Jetson found when she switched places with the victim. What does something like that have to do with the burn? Inside the costume trunk Miss Jensen witnessed 2 wigs. One of them had been used by Miss Jensen to make her look like the victim. Now then, just what was the other wig used for? It doesn't seem like it was a spare wig. There's no need to overthink it. Just compare the attire of the true culprit and the conductor with that of Debeste. Don't stare at me like that! Don't you think there's just one spot where this is a huge contradiction? Specifically, around his face. So that's not a wig at all. Indeed, it was no wig. Debeste, it was your fake beard! This is a real beard, you know! Don't tease me like that, Wedgeworth. Your son must have realized the truth before anyone else. That's why he was trying to desperately just protect you. You were also worried that he would tell the truth. Isn't that why you drove your son away from here? Because he knew that his father was hiding a burn under his fake beard. Debeste. How about you remove that fake beard of yours? It burns! A burn mark? Prosecutor Edgeworth. Justice has been served before the goddess of law. For that, I give you thanks. I should be the one thanking you. Debeste, I hereby announce my verdict. You shall be taken into custody for the murder of Jill Crane. April 6, 9:44 a.m. Grand Tower PIC meeting room. Mr. Edgeworth, thank you very much. I'm so happy that you believed in me to the very end. There's no need to thank me. As a prosecutor... No, as a friend, I simply wanted to save you. Prosecutor Edgeworth, I bring good tidings. It seems that former chairman Debeste has been safely detained in the detention center. However, the search for the murder weapon, the auction gavel, continues. Debeste is a shrewd man. There's a good chance that he had already disposed of it. There is also one piece of testimony that concerns me. Debeste mentioned that the only thing he did not fake were the letters. What do you mean? Miss Crane, thank you so much for helping with my plan. First, he found this letter in Jill Crane's clothes. Then he also found this letter on Kay. He was unconscious in the storeroom. The contents of the letter seemed to suggest that the two had been corresponding with each other. Which is why Debeste assumed that the two were working together. Ridiculous. That can't be right. After reading the 2 letters, I decided to pin the crime on Kay Faraday. In order to cast suspicion on her, he planted one of the letters in a noticeable spot. The deceased Jill Crane's left breast pocket. Isn't that just an excuse? Yes, that is what I thought as well. It may have simply been a last-ditch effort to save himself. However, before the stern eyes of the goddess of law, these are all trivial matters. His crime shall certainly not go unpunished. With this, I have finally fulfilled one of my long-standing missions. Judge Courtney, will you tell me what you know? Why did Debeste murder Jill Crane? What lies hidden behind this case? Yes, I don't mind. You have the right to know everything. Long ago, Jill Crane was in love with a cameraman. That man was pursuing the black market auction as a journalist. And then, before he could reach the truth, he was erased. The feeling and the items Miss Crane inherited from her beloved brought her to the auction. She had come to exact revenge on the conductor, Balze. Although in the end, she was the one who was murdered instead. I see. So that's what happened. While the goddess of law cannot condone her actions, we have succeeded in our goal of bringing Debeste's crimes to light. But Judge Courtney's goal was to expose Debeste and reveal the dark secrets of the PIC. By the way, what happened to the young prosecutor? We have been unable to contact him for some time now. Do you have any idea where he might be? I have not been truly working for him, so... I see. I feel very bad for him. What you should be sorry for is the fact that he was kept in the dark until now. No matter how cruel reality is, he will have to accept it. If he can't, he won't be able to walk his own path in life. Ever. A father's influence is not something that is easily erased. However, I'm sure you'll be able to change from here on out. Yes, that's right. Surely. You must be right. Will I, too, be able to walk my own path in life? Hey, is your body alright? Yes, thanks to you. I'm so sorry, even though you're my patient. You ended up getting suspected because of me. Ow! You can't just take care of the patient's body. You've got to take care of the cot, too. That's my granny. Hey, how are your memories? I feel like I'm on the verge of remembering something. Well then, I shall take my leave here. I will be presiding over Patricia Rowland's trial. That would be the trial for the murder of Florence Knightley, who's in charge of the defense. Miss Crane was supposed to be her defense attorney, but now that she has passed away, we are currently arranging for a replacement defense attorney. Jill Crane had been in charge of prosecutor of Patricia Rowland's defense. We'll also have to get in contact with Sebastian quickly, since he's the prosecutor in charge. Well then. Please wait! What about Mr. Edgeworth's prosecutor's badge? What will happen to his prosecutor's badge? With the chairman's arrest, the PIC is no longer functional. So I cannot answer that question easily. Perhaps one could say, only the goddess of law knows. But that's... You don't need to worry about me. This is the path I have chosen. Seems you have no plans to change it either. Of course not. I choose this path to seek the truth. With the departure of Debeste, the law has once again returned to our hands. If you truly desire to continue the prosecutor's path, I am willing to assist you in reclaiming your badge. I appreciate the sentiment, but I must decline. I did not relinquish my badge with half-hearted feelings. I see. It seems that our paths of law will continue to run counter to each other. Until our paths cross once again, I shall have your you hold on to that badge. That was my intention from the start. However, on occasion, the Goddess of Law is quite generous. Please return this notebook to its proper owner. Kay's promised notebook? It seems this is scheduled to be put up for bidding at the black market auction. The name Kay is written on the notebook. It seems Debeste quickly realized this belonged to the girl, since the letters he found also contained the same name. You speak as if he really did not know about the letters. Are you saying that Balze really did not prepare the letters himself? Yes, that man said so himself. Kay Faraday's goal was to steal back the notebook. Jill Crane's goal was to get revenge. In order to achieve their goals, the two teamed up to infiltrate the auction, or so he says. Unfortunately, this was all Balze's misunderstanding. It was purely a coincidence. The attorney from the PIC and Kay really were acquaintances. It would be strange that she never mentioned it to me, considering her personality. You really do trust her, don't you? In the end, the notebook was used as another red herring, but it's something that is very important to that girl, isn't it? I'll make a special exception and return it. I'm sure that's what the Goddess of Law desires. That's, I appreciate it. I shall pray that she recovers her lost memories. Is something wrong? Hey, I am returning something very important to you. This is... Always greet people with a smile, even people you don't know. Never cry in front of strangers. Look, Daddy, I wrote them all down. Yep, I'll be sure to follow all your promises and become a hero just like you, Daddy. That's right. There's one more thing. I forgot to write down the most important promise. Promise number 5. Always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. I'll be sure to remember it. I'll never, ever forget them. Always try your hardest and learn things you don't understand. That's right. I am the great thief who steals the truth, Kay Faraday. I'm the second Yakatarasu, Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Hey, you remember? It's kind of embarrassing, though. Thank you so much. It's all thanks to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Even when I lost my memories, you were always trying to save me, right? Seems you're back to normal. Wow. Kate, you've gotten better. Your health comes first, and now you can relax. Just make sure you don't run off and lose all your memories again. Miss Jensen, Dr. Young, thanks for worrying about me. Hey, if you're feeling all better, how about changing back into your own clothes? I washed your clothes for you, Kay, so they're nice and clean. These clothes, wasn't Detective Gumshoe holding on to them? He said Forensics was done with them, so he gave them back to me. Have you revealed the results of the analysis yet? To be honest, I actually didn't think to ask about that. Now, more importantly, let's hurry up and get you changed, Kay? Still, isn't it better if we do not remove her badges? She should be fine by now. Kay just bumped her head. She didn't really have any other major injuries. Then why was she so heavily bandaged? Better safe than sorry. I pound on prevention is worth an ounce of cure. That's my motto. What a troublesome motto. Come on, Kay. Let's get you dressed up over there. Now, this is definitely what the great thief should look like. That smile certainly suits you best. In the past, and now as well. Miss Von Karma, thank you for coming too. I only became, because Scruffy asked me to. That's Scruffy. He always wanted to see your energetic self again. Gummy? What happened to Gummy? Who knows? Maybe he was disgusted with the man who willingly threw away his prosecutor's badge. Detective Gumshoe? I must be going soon. I'll be taking these ladies in for questioning. What's going to happen to those two? One aided in the matter of returning. The other forged the autopsy report 18 years ago. Those crimes definitely won't disappear. Of course, I will mention in court they were being blackmailed by Balazé. We'll be just fine. As long as Granny's by my side, we're invincible. Well then, take care. Now then, Kay. Sorry to ask so soon right after you regain your memories, but I have some questions. Sure, ask me anything you want. What were you doing on the day you lost your memories? On that day, I was asked to come to Gordy Lake. I don't know who called me there, though. As I was watching the moon at Gordy Lake, a person in the red raincoat approached me. All of a sudden, he used some kind of drug to knock me out. What? What is she saying? The place where Kay saw the moon was at Gordy Lake? When I woke up, it seemed I somehow ended up on the roof of the Grand Tower. My mind was still in a daze, so I stumbled around for a bit. That's when I found the person in the red raincoat collapsed. I was startled, and when I stepped back in panic, I fell from a high place and got knocked out cold again. And when I woke up, all my memories were gone. The person in the red raincoat. Who exactly was that person? Oh yeah, I was certain that I saw them walking in midair. Somehow this is all starting to make my head hurt. Please calm down. You're just a little confused because you've only recently gotten your memories back. Most importantly, this is the main cause of your confused memories. Your memories of two places. You fell in a hole, your memories of two places. It should be your memories of two places. This is probably the main cause of your confused memories. You saw the moon at both the Gordy Lake Park and the Grand Tower rooftop, which led you to confuse the two places. Huh? But aren't they totally different places? Even if I was in a daze, do you really think I'd get them confused? Most likely there was something at the Grand Tower which led to confusion. I want to say it's this? Maybe that too? The tree? The tree could have been the confusing bit, or this. Because there's also, like, concession stands at that place, right?
Take that.
The Grand Tower rooftop and the Gordy Lake have 2 points in common. They both have a cherry tree and a food stall. Ah, now that you mention it! Your memories were confused because you had been in 2 similar locations. The person that you first saw could not have been walking in midair. They were simply walking on the ground at Gordy Lake Park. You must have gotten that scene confused with the Grand Tower rooftop. So that's what happened! How dare they steal the memories of a great thief! They'll pay for this! Nevertheless, I wonder who the person that assaulted Kay was. The person in the red raincoat, who appeared at Gordy Lake. Oh? What's that noise? It sounds like it's coming from the storeroom. Mr. Edgeworth, let's go check it out! What's this? My shutterbug says it's tingling. I smell me another scoop! You're still here? April 6, 9:53 a.m. Grand Tower, 51st floor, storeroom. Mr. Edgeworth, this walkie-talkie thing here is what's beeping. This transceiver. Why do I feel like I've seen it somewhere before? It's still beeping, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not particularly familiar with this sort of device. Come on, we have to answer it. Here goes. Hello, Edgeworth speaking. Hey, please don't just answer it on your own. I am speaking with Mr. Miles Edgeworth, I presume. This voice! Shelley the Killer! I congratulate you on resolving the case. However, can you truly say in good consciousness that it has been solved? Are you aware of the mastermind who was pulling the strings behind this incident? How do you know about the incident? That's not important right now. Wouldn't you agree? Right now, we're discussing the mastermind behind this case. I've had an inkling that such a person existed, even before you said anything. After all, there was evidence that suggested that someone had used Kay to disrupt the investigation. Huh? There was? So who's this mastermind? I would like to hear your thoughts on the matter. Would you kindly show me the evidence that indicates the existence of a mastermind? Of a mastermind? I guess the letters, right? It would be the letters, right? But what else would there be? E-card, not Lotta's testimony. Not to be written by Kay. I imagine it's the letters, right? Because now we're going with a thought process that, like, Kay didn't do this.
Take that.
There's a letter that Kay allegedly sent to the victim. Come to think of it, I don't remember writing that letter at all. Who could have prepared this letter? I, too, am quite curious to know. So you're not the one who wrote the letter? How could I possibly gain from doing such an act? Is it not necessary for you to stand in court in order to make the truth clear? What could you possibly do, now that your badge has been taken from you? I look forward to finding out from the shadows. Man, how does he know that? Do we have an understanding? Please ensure that you do not betray my trust. Now then, you'll excuse me? He said the case wasn't solved yet? What did he mean by that? And why would Mr. DeKiller even bother telling us that? Nothing makes sense anymore. This case not reached its true conclusion yet. However, although I've lost my prosecutor's badge, who I am still has not changed. While I don't know where this may lead me, I shall reveal the truth. I swear it. The end! And that is it! Bam! I'm kind of surprised how fast that went. He didn't put up as much of a fight as the other peeps out there, I'm gonna be real. But maybe it was just real good at it? I don't know, question mark? Suffice to say, it definitely feels like we're at the piece de resistance with this game. Because it seems to all be leading to this case, and like, it's all been like together with the whole entire smuggling ring and Zhang Fa and all that other such and such. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be a blast, right? I hear this case is just as long as all the other cases combined. So, whew. That's gonna be wild. Till then, sayonara. Bye bye.